The afternoon sun streamed through the window, painting golden stripes across the floor, where Raju, 6, and Priya, 5, were building a magnificent fort out of blankets and pillows. Rio, their loyal dog, guarded the entrance with a soft snore, and Mithoo the parrot chirped approvingly from his perch. Ma hummed a gentle tune as she tidied up, and Papa, with a twinkle in his eye, leaned in. "Tonight," Papa whispered, "our adventure takes us to a quiet place where ancient trees hold the oldest secrets." What ancient secret is whispered by the leaves of the quietest tree, waiting to be heard? In their dream, Raju and Priya found themselves in a forgotten, peaceful garden. Not grand with castles, but rich with the scent of damp earth and the quiet flutter of butterfly wings. At its heart stood the most beautiful, ancient tree they had ever seen, a whispering willow, its long, graceful branches sweeping down like a green curtain, almost touching the ground. It looked quite sad, its leaves drooping even on such a bright day. What quiet sadness weighed down the leaves of the magnificent whispering willow. They noticed that the willow's leaves weren't just sad. They were barely whispering. When a whispering willow should hum with 1,000 stories. Rio nudged the children, his tail drooping slightly, sensing the tree's sorrow. Mithoo flew to a low-hanging branch, his cheerful chirps turning soft and concerned. Suddenly, from beneath the willow's droopy branches, emerged a tiny, shimmering leaf sprite. It was no bigger than Raju's thumb, with wings like dew-kissed petals, but its light was very, very dim. It looked lost and afraid. The sprite was the willow's guardian, and its light was directly linked to the tree's happiness. The willow was sad because its sprite was lost in gloom. How could a tiny, lost sprite's dim light be linked to the sadness of a magnificent, ancient tree? Raju and Priya felt a deep empathy for the little sprite and the sad willow. They looked at each other, a shared understanding passing between them. Their hearts, full of compassion, made them want to help. Papa and Ma's warm, comforting presence radiated beside them in the dream, giving them quiet confidence. With soft movements, Raju and Priya knelt down. They didn't try to catch the sprite, but instead they gently cleared away some fallen dry leaves from around its tiny feet, making a small, soft spot. They hummed a very gentle, soothing tune, a lullaby their ma often sang when they were feeling down. Rio lay down nearby, his calm presence a comfort. Mithoo flew around the sprite, his gentle wings stirring a soft breeze. What tender act of empathy could help a tiny sprite and bring a smile back to a giant sad tree? As they hummed, and as the dry leaves were cleared, the little leaf sprite's light began to flicker, then pulse, growing brighter and brighter. Its wings shimmered with renewed joy, and it danced a tiny, joyful jig. As the sprite regained its light, the magnificent whispering willow seemed to sigh, not in sadness, but in relief. Its long, graceful branches slowly lifted, and its leaves began to whisper and rustle with ancient happy tales once more. The entire garden felt lighter and brighter, filled with the willow's content hum. How would a child's deep empathy unlock the secrets of an ancient tree and light up a hidden garden? The willow softly dipped a branch towards Raju and Priya, as if in thanks, brushing their cheeks with its soft leaves. The little leaf sprite, now glowing brilliantly, flew around them in joyful loops before nestling safely back within the willow's vibrant leaves. It was a beautiful moment of shared empathy and quiet wonder as the last rays of the dream sun faded. A gentle warmth lifted Raju and Priya back to their own beds. The subtle scent of damp earth and blooming flowers seemed to linger faintly around them. What peaceful dreams of empathy and whispering trees would fill their sleep tonight? Back in their cozy beds, Raju and Priya remembered the Whispering Willow and its grateful sprite. Rio was curled up tight, dreaming perhaps of green gardens. Mithoo was asleep, his feathers fluffed for warmth. Raju drifted and drifted, his thoughts filled with shimmering sprites and the soothing hum of the happy willow. Priya was already asleep, a serene smile on her face. Rio was deep in peaceful slumber, and Mithoo was still and content. Raju, Priya, Rio, and Mithoo were all drifting peacefully to sleep, their dreams warmed by the quiet joy of empathy that brought a smile to an ancient tree and light to a forgotten garden. Good night, empathetic hearts. Sleep soundly.